Boys, I knew you were gonna do something. I knew it. All right, so in today's video, I got you guys a surprise. I've brought Brad back to the channel.
Yeah.
Some of the OGs that have been watching for a little bit will remember when Brad, he's in like every 20th video or something. Like I
don't exist.
Yeah, you just kind of pop back up. Today he was gonna come down with his girlfriend Evelyn, and we were all gonna go swimming because it's such a nice day today, and it's kind of hot. It's a little bit too hot for garage stuff, but then Evelyn wasn't feeling good, so sorry Evelyn if you watch this, like comment and say you hate me or something. But we decided, Brad said that he still wanted to come down and hang out, so we're gonna put some work into this Porsche engine, get things back together. We've got to get the wiring harness back on and the intake manifold, as well as the oil cooler and some of the other components, and the motor mounts. Almost forgot the motor mounts, but there's a lot of things on this table that need to go back on that engine, so that's what we're gonna be doing today, and it's gonna be great, right?
Yeah.
So I think our best bet is actually gonna be to start with the wiring harness, because I talked about it in a previous video, but the wiring harness goes underneath the intake manifold. So there's all these little like holes and stuff that hold the brackets that hold the harness onto here. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. I've got it labeled and everything, so that way we can get it plugged in and get it nice and tucked and everything like that. So we're gonna start with that. And when we do that, I'm also gonna like scrape some of these gasket surfaces and get this ready for the intake manifold and everything like that. So we're gonna start with the wiring harness, and then we'll move on from there. Alright, Kings. So previously I said that we weren't gonna do... Alright, Kings. So previously I said we were gonna wait for Blake to be back in town before we did the timing belt and everything, but I just decided that I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I watched some YouTube tutorials, and with Brad's moral support, I think I can get it done. So the first belt we gotta do is the timing belt. It's the one that has the flat side because it spins the water pump, and the water pump has a flat side on it. So first thing we gotta do is this. We gotta figure out how we got the belt off in the first place, except this is a new belt. You definitely gotta replace these belts. We've got it around our crankshaft. We need to get this around the crank sprocket. But if we're doing that, we need to make sure we get all the slack out of the belt. So the way that we do that is we need to turn our crank sprocket back about 1 tooth. So we have our mark right here. So we're gonna go slightly out of time. We're gonna turn this clockwise to get it back, which I'll show you guys in a second. And then we'll put this on with as little slack as we can, and then we'll turn the crank sprocket back, and that's where we'll put our tensioner, so that way it's perfectly in time with no slack in this belt. There we go. So we've come back about 1 tooth. Now we're gonna run our belt about like this. And it's no longer a tucked center. That's cute. I freaking knew that was gonna happen. Dang it. Alright, I'm gonna try again. Okay, I kind of panicked for a second because the crankshaft rotated as soon as I tried to rotate the cam back into place, but I realized after that you could also just grab the crank and just turn it back slightly. But we just kind of redid everything, put the engine right back to top dead center, and then we just made sure that we only moved back 1 tooth with the cam, and then we put the belt on in place and then turn the cam back slightly. The crank didn't rotate, so we're at our top dead center mark, which you can barely see. That mark right there, we're at that top dead center mark there, and then we're also at top dead center on the cam. So this section of the belt, and the main reason we do that is to get the slack out. So this section of the belt is good. So we're gonna go ahead and put the tensioner back on over the water pump, and then we'll move on to the balance shaft belt. Okay, so our tensioner, we're just gonna kind of put it in a general location just to get it into the system. There we go. So now we can adjust our tension. Now, before we do that, we're gonna make sure that this belt is pushed onto here and make sure it's not gonna slip off or anything. Good. Get these teeth lined up. So now we can adjust the tension of our belt accordingly. So what you wanna do is you wanna take the washer and nut that go on here, and you just want to get them kind of hand tight so that way they'll kind of hold the tensioner in place. So the rule of thumb with the water pump is that if you can't turn it by hand, then your belt is too tight. And I can just barely turn this one by hand. So I think I'm gonna loosen the tension just a little bit and then we should be good. Because the other thing that the guy in the video said is that it's better to have a belt that's just a little too loose than a belt that's just a little too tight. And hopefully that dude knows what he's talking about. He could just be some crackhead on the internet, but he sounded like he knew what he was talking about, so.
You are a crackhead on the internet.
That is also true. Good, so we can turn our water pump by hand. So hopefully that means that the belt will turn it. There's enough tension on it. There we go. Now, a little bit of play in the belt. Can still turn the water pump by hand, which is good. Feels good, I guess. I don't have that Porsche tool for the tension on it, so that's as good as we're gonna get.
I mean, it's not, I wouldn't call it loose.
Yeah, no, so. It's definitely taut. And now this goes on here and one of those. Oh, maybe it goes on that. What? How the heck did I pull this off? I promise I'm not insane. This goes on here. It's got a little bit of a spring to it. There it goes.
You want some mallet?
And now these little guys go on there. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Gorgeous, baby.
Gorgeous, baby, gorgeous. I'm losing it because I'm really happy this is coming together. So I guess this little roller is for the time belt up here just to make sure it doesn't go flapping around, I guess.
Nobody likes a flappy belt.
Yeah, can't be having flappy belts on this Christian Minecraft server. This tensioner needs to go like this. But before I put that on there, I'm gonna put this on. That timing mark lined up. This one is also lined up, so I'm gonna try my best to keep these in place. How is there so much slack?
Well, you've still got another tensioner to put on, so.
Oh, yeah. I think that one goes like this. Wait.
No. It must go up and around like this then.
Oh, hold on. This belt probably goes like this. And then it goes down and around. You just gotta believe.
I believe.
Me too. Now why isn't it working?
You're not believing hard enough.
I need you to believe a little bit more now, Brad. Come on. Oh, look at that.
Ah, it worked.
Not really sure what that's for. I think it's just a roller, just to make sure that that doesn't, because this is the tensioner and there's only supposed to be two. This is the one I'm gonna worry about for right now. I heard that the rule of thumb was like 45 degrees on the balance shaft belt, or maybe this one was 45 degrees and this one was 90. I don't know. I'm going 45. Porsche purists, I'm sorry. Ah!
You just nutted all over the floor.
Happens when you're working on cars. It's just something you can't really avoid. Especially Porsches, dude. Oh.
Oh yeah.
I think that's it, bud. Now, should we put it to the test and rotate the crank? Yep.
Yep. He says yep.
I'm asking a question, but there's only one choice. Hopefully we don't contact our valves with the pistons.
Oh my lord. It's moving.
Yes. I've done it.
I don't hear any ticking.
I don't hear any crunching of valves, so I think we're good. Watch, there's gonna be some like Porsche mechanic that'll see this. I always wonder, like in the comments, there's always like, I've been working on Porsches for 20 years, and it's like, what are you doing on YouTube, dude? But there's gonna be some more certified person than me watching this being like, what the f is this?
How'd you do that without this fucking tool in there?
All right, now we're gonna get the wiring harness on the car. That's what we said at the beginning of the video, and we just haven't even done it yet, not even close. So whatever this thing is, I'm still not sure. It's going back on.
It's a saxophone.
Yeah, We gotta put that iconic Porsche saxophone back on here.
Super glued.
Yeah, we had to. I don't know if I talked about this in a previous video, but these studs just snapped, so I just super glued it back together. Should be fine, right? What?
What?
Okay.
Okay.
Let me just. All right, there we go.
It's a smallumizer.
Smallumizer. You forgot to turn the M to W. Did you switch it to one?
You had it on M for me.
Yeah.
A nice hand.
Thank you. I have boxy palms.
If I had one superpower, I don't know why this is so funny to me, but I would make it so that I could like do my own sound effects for like everything. Not like with my mouth or anything. I could just like make it happen. So like I just imagine this falling off the rack and then just like Lego sound like it all falls apart. What is that?
It's
It's yeah.
It's the oil filler tube and also the like oil evaporative thing.
Oh.
All right, boys. On today's episode of Kaidan's Kinky Kitchen, we're gonna be preparing a nice Porsche oil thingamajigger. Don't let my roommates see this. After I put this on wrong, I'm gonna look at my reference photos.
Try to get those shots.
Yeah. Bolt.
Bolt.
Thank you.
I'll do the last one. Don't worry about it, Kaidan.
Yep. That ain't going nowhere.
Oh my god, he said the line.
You gotta give it the smack check. Man, that smelled like charcoal. That was not good.
Yes.
I popped this off and it smelled burnt. That's really bad.
Oh well.
Oh well.
Oh well.
I never noticed that. Well, I might not have gotten the torque spec just right, but oh well.
Oh well. Oh hey. There's a f***ing diagram for the belts.
Oh, we should look at this to make sure we did it right. We did it!
Yay!
Oh yes, my labeling. Under manifold thing. Because I didn't know what this was called.
But you know what? It made it
Plugged
home.
in. Yeah, it made it back.
Even though it's broken. I
Yeah.
Super glue's not as strong as we thought.
Yeah, what the heck?
So that's
I need that Gorilla Glue.
that is Gorilla Glue.
Oh.
It's Gorilla brand Super Glue.
They can lift like 4 times their body weight over their
Yeah.
heads. You? We need some Brad glue.
We need some Randy Savage glue. Click.
Okay.
Oh, dude.
Ah, dude.
Who knew 35-year-old plastic would last this long?
What was I thinking? I was just trying to twist that around. What? What? What was I doing, dude? Damn it, that was stupid. All right, that's flat enough. Trust me, I know flat. That's definitely flat enough. All right, so we've got our new intake manifold gaskets. You want to make sure you get them out of their bags. They're
Safely.
yeah, safely. Then you just want to lay them out strategically. Skip one. I am 75% sure that these are the right bolts for the intake manifold.
Very organized.
Hey, as long as the man, this guy, knows where everything is.
Which.
He doesn't.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say.
All of this goes under here, which is just
Stupid.
yeah. It's like Darth Vader getting his helmet put on. Trying to keep that gasket lined up is like trying to keep a girlfriend happy, dude.
That kind of looks like garbage.
I think their whole idea of putting the wiring harness underneath the manifold was to be like, oh yes, it'll look nice and clean and out of the way. And it's like, I can see it.
Yeah.
It's like a dog playing hide and seek that puts its head under the bed.
Or he's like halfway behind the curtains. And
Yeah.
he's like, you can't see me.
Yeah.
It's not gluten tight. That shit's not fucking bussin'.
Dude, how did that even happen?
Just fucking
I'll get it.
beat it with your hammer.
I'll show you how the Americans do it. Oh my god, dude.
There you go.
That's only half the battle. What the heck?
Oh,
Oh, well, that's
there.
just not even.
There you go.
All right, so we were working on the Porsche, and then I realized that I hadn't eaten anything today, and we were out there for like 5 hours, but Brad didn't even get here until like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. So I was just starving. I couldn't even concentrate. I was like, I have to eat something. So, of course, you know, we had to go for something healthy, so we went for the McDonald's. Recently, I learned of this new trick where, not a trick really, but if you like McDoubles, you got to get mac sauce on the McDoubles. It is the most disgustingly delicious thing you'll ever have. So give it a shot if you like McDonald's like me. We've had a slight change of plans. I've actually decided that I'm going to go with Brad in my car, but I'm going to follow him up to his house and stay with him for tonight because there's a car meet that I'm going to in Portland tomorrow night. And, well, it'll be like in the past when this video goes up, but I'm going up there tonight instead of tomorrow morning since I'm going to the car meet anyway. So we're going to continue assembling all this in the last video because we're pretty much down to the point where there's just a couple little external pieces that need to go on. I wanted to get it all done today, but I just got super hungry and we had to go get food and then we had the change of plans. But then the engine will be pretty much ready to go back in the car other than that soon because all the other like random connections and stuff are things that are on the car already, so I actually need to get the engine in the engine bay so that way I can just look at the whole picture and just figure out what's missing and what I need to buy from there. I also want to do the rear main seal, but I can't really do that with it on an engine stand, so there's a lot more coming soon, but I also have some stuff coming for the Mustang that hasn't been done yet because all of this has been taking up space. So the goal is to just get everything back on the engine, which we'll finish in the next video, and move it out of the way. And then when that happens, we'll go ahead and like pull the Mustang in and do the final mods. But not until we get back from the car meet that we're going to tomorrow night, because of course I'm not going to change up the Mustang right before this meet, because it's kind of the last time it's going to look the way it looks. So it's a little bit of a teaser, but we're going to go ahead and head out because we're done, right? We're done here.
I think we're done.
Yeah, we're done. Did you forget anything?
No.
You forget to roast someone?
No.
All right.
Everybody's roasted.
Everyone's roasts are in check. We've made it.
All I gotta say though is just because it's slow doesn't mean I can't have fun.
That's true. No, you were hauling up the highway, and I was like, damn, this dude's going all out. Like, I'm gonna get in trouble if I go this fast.
Yeah.
You get away with it because it's a Camry.
It's quiet.
Yeah.